Good morning everyone. Today we will be discussing about the system.exception class, which already you know which and all members are there in the system.exception class. So let's check out the members, how do they work in a program. Before that we will be learning about the meanings of the terms which are being used. So in the beginning we will be learning about the concept called as target site. What do you mean by a target site? As the word only says, okay, here the word is there called target site. It is nothing but, okay, whichever method or the class which is there in the program, that becomes the target site. Okay, when an exception is being generated, which method, which type is said to be generating the exception, that information you will be getting through the help of the target site. Okay, so here you can check out, as I said, which method is said to be generating the exception. It will even, when you say it is said to be target site, it will even print the return type, which return type is said to be giving the exception, the name also it will be giving, even the parameters, which method and what parameters are giving the exception, that information it will be provided by the target site. And even the name of the class is also being defined in the target site property. Okay, that is your target site. Remember what is target site is, it will be giving information which class, which method, which return type has generated the exception. That information it will be given by the target site. Okay, then you have the stack trace property. It's nothing but it will be helpful in order to generate the information related to how many times the exception has been generated in the program. Okay, how many times is nothing but, okay, I generate the exceptions first time, second time, third time, and which method it has generated the exception. That information it is said to be giving the stack trace property. Okay, so next you have another concept called as help link. Remember, this is an important one. When you provide with the particular URL where to access to get the help about the exception, then you will be using the concept called as help link. It will provide the link where to go and access and get the information related to the exception. That information it will be provided by your help link property. Okay, so mainly every time when you are generating in the program, you should write the URL of that program, so that URL it will be showing on the screen where to visit to get the information related to your help link property. Okay, so let's check out with an example how it is being used in the program. So here in the program you have a using system and class test. You have a variable called max which is being taken. Then you have a method called function and it has the variable d. Okay, so try block, it consists of if d is greater than max. If the d value which is being taken, if it is greater than max, it will print cross limit. Okay, else it will that only it will printing the elements. And x help link, this is the link which is being used to get the information related to the exception. And after that, if any problem is there, it has to throw the exception, that it will be thrown and it will be shown on the screen, whichever exception. And after catching exception, if any problem is there, if it is greater than particular thing, then it will be printing the exception. First sentence it will print as error caught, then it will be providing the information which class has generated the exception, that information, target site, member type, which method has generated the exception, which method and class, as I said, target site, then message it will be printing cross limit, that message it will be printing, stack trace, okay, which method, which type it is said to be throwing the exception, that information it will be there, and the help link it will be there. So all the properties which are there can be used in a single program only. Okay, so in the main method you can check out what has happened in console write line. Even if it is true, if it is less than whatever max value, then it will print the speed on the screen. Okay, in the main method your object is being created called obj, and you are entering a number, you are reading a number which is of type int, and through the through the object you are said to be calling the function, it is being called, and in the output you can check out what has happened. The output says what? It will be entering a number 127. So since it is greater than D, it will generate the exception, it will print the message error caught. Okay, the whichever class which is said to be defining the error, it will be like exception, it will be printing that class name, method name, which method type, then you have the method name of the integer type, then message is cross limit, it will be printing stack trace. Okay, test run function, and the type it is said to be printing, then help link whichever you are using, that it will be printed. I think it is printed on the screen. Okay, and another one properties they are called as the data property, which cannot be used within the program, a single program. It has to be represented separately. So what do you mean by data property? Is nothing but it belongs to the data dictionary. Okay, data dictionary already you know, it consists of the keys and values. A dictionary interface consists of keys and values, and those keys and values are being stored in the memory, and they are said to be fetched whenever it is said to be necessary. So data property, it accepts the keys and values. Okay, remember that. So through an example I will explain you how it works. Using system, class, program, main method, try block, a variable called ex is being taken, so it will be generating the exception if any problem is there, and it will be printing on the screen whichever message. Okay, and even the exception, when the exception is being generated, it has to take the time. Okay, it has to print the date and time, so that it is being got through ex data. This is your key and value. Ex data, it will accept the time and the flag, it will accept the date and time, now it will print, and the flag which is there, it is said to be true, and if any exception is there, it will be thrown. Okay, then catch block, it is using the for each loop. So for each loop, it will be considering the dictionary entry pair, which has the two pairs of entries, which are those, the time and the flag, so which are there in the data. Okay, that it will be accepted, and it will be printing the keys and values. So in the output you can check out, it is said to be printing the time and the flag of the data property. Okay, so these are the data property things. There may be a question of data property in the exam, so do concentrate on the example. You have to explain what is data property, and you have to give the example of it. Okay, so today we'll be ending with this session, and tomorrow I'll be teaching you about the another two types of exceptions which are there in the session. Okay, thank you.